You say
Mate, you're looking good.
I'm I'm looking how I am, man. You're
Mate,
looking good, friend.
you're the first person who's coming alive looking better than
I
me.
what? It's not a competition, man. It's not a competition. It's what weight looks like. Weight management. I'm usually very chubby. Like
Mate,
I like food.
you got the lighting fantastic. The background looks slick.
I'm just
Why
on the
can't all guests?
floor in front of a wardrobe, man. There's nothing special, man. I make diamonds out of nothing, bro.
Mate,
That's what it
why
is.
can't all guests look this good? Uh, welcome to the Gunman Insta Live. Thank you so much for coming on. It's an absolute pleasure to host you tonight on the Insta Live and just to have a quick chat with you about future plans and all the rest of it. For those that do not know this man, he is the WBU International Super Welterweight Champion, fighting on top promotion Fight Zumi. He's a slick tactician, a thinking man's fighter. He is the calculator. He is always working shit out. This is Keaton Saunders Browne.
What an intro! What an intro! Man's been. Maybe you haven't. Maybe that was off the dome, but I swear that was good.
Well, mate, I do it almost every night, so I get quite used to it.
The king.
I got quite used to it.
King.
Now. But listen, we've got a huge announcement to make. I've started a new promotion, Gunman's Promotions, and I wanted to let the Fight Night fans know we've got some huge news. Well, I am now going to be sponsoring you for your 4-man tournament that is coming up on the 15th of June. Well, I'm hoping to sponsor you as long as I can. But as from this week, you are now officially sponsored by Gunman Boxing, and it's a pleasure, an absolute honor to support your journey and be associated with such a good fighter like yourself. How did it feel for you, like, to have someone like me ring you up and badger you and want to put my faith in you?
Honestly, flattered, man. Like, I think it's. I've not been in it for too long in terms of boxing. I've been boxing for a long time, but not been doing the semi-pro kind of thing and unlicensed boxing for a while. And so, for anyone really to kind of put a bet on it is essentially very, very. I appreciate it a lot, like, and it's hard to put into words sometimes. But yeah, no, I appreciate it, man.
No, absolutely. I mean, listen, I stalk fighters for a living, really. Like, I'm on here following good fighters, tracking good fighters. I've boxed myself, had 11 fights myself. I know what it's like to train and fight. I go to all the big fights. I've gone to Hayes Klitschko, Brook versus Triple G, Usyk Joshua, Frotch Kessler. I've seen them all. I go to all the big. I went to B2B of Yards. I think I've got a good eye for good fighting. I think I'm generally. I'm also interviewing people from whitecollar, first fight, right up to Bernard Hopkins. I had on here on my show. So, like, I see all levels, and I saw you. I saw the way you handled yourself in the build-up, and your actual fight. I was at it ringside, and I thought, I have to get this guy. I have to get this guy on. So it's an absolute pleasure to get you signed up, and it's an absolute pleasure to sponsor your remarkable journey.
I appreciate it.
But enough on me, because the fight fans want to know about your last fight. So let's get straight into it. So your last fight was for a WBU Super Welterweight title on Fight Zumi, which I must add is an unbelievable show. Can you tell us a little bit about that fight?
Of course. I think it was a good fight, man. It was a tough one going into it. It was the first one at that level in terms of, like, semi-pro kind of Fight Zumi. It was the first fight really I've had like that. I've had a couple white collars, a couple amateurs that I lost back in the day, like 8 years ago or whatever. Didn't really like the style of the amateurs or whatever. But, like, this was the first one, and I think jumped right in the deep end and obviously won. But props to Kwame, props to his team and everything. They put up a good fight, really. But yeah, man, it felt good. It felt comfortable. I felt like I did what I should have done. I wish I could have done more. I wish the fight was styles make fights really in it, but yeah, no, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it, and more to come.
How did you score that fight in your mind, or when you've watched it back? If you've watched it back,
Yeah,
how did you see it?
more so when I watched it back. I like to score. I like when I score my own stuff or anything I'm involved with team wise or anything. I like to try and give as much as I can to the other person to see how close it was. And I think the best I could give it to it, the work, like there's like different level. Like the worst I could give it away is 4-2. I think looking at it like in a normal way, I think it was 5-1 or all 6, but not that it's all 6 doesn't mean like it's a whitewash. All 6 could mean swing rounds and close rounds.
Yeah, true.
If I actually score it based on what you should score a fight on, it is all 6, really. I'm pushing the engagement in every round. I'm landing more clean shots than him in every round. If he does land anything clean on me, I've landed on him as well. So like when you look at it, technically it is that. And the only rounds that it's contentious, the rounds that I could have given him, it was a swing at best, really. So yeah, it's an opinion, but anyone that says anything more than 4-2 doesn't know how to score boxing, unfortunately.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like that's reasonable.
Yeah, I said 4-2 when I was there. When I was there ringside.
I say 6-0 in it, man. I say 6-0, man.
Yeah,
all rounds to me.
I was sitting next to a few of your fans. They were like 6-0, and I was like, come on, it's 4-2.
Hey, if you're a fan, you got to say 6-0, and it's justified. If you're a fan, it's justified, bro. Because it kind of is. I think it's fair to say if I was gonna, if someone put a gun to my head and say the fairest thing you can think, I'd say 5-1. But we'll let it run. We'll let it run.
So the build up was quite tasty. Was there actually any real beef between the two of you?
You have to define beef. I feel like not really. Was
it marinated? Was it marinating?
It was marinated.
Nicely ready to go in the cooker type of beef.
It marinated. It created itself, man. That food was bubbling. It was like, oh man, I thought I was cooking this and I was cooking that. It really, honestly, like it was all truthful. Nothing fake about. I don't think I can do much fakeness. I can put on something maybe, but anything in the build up that was happening, I think. I mean, blessing and a curse in a weird way, but his team really like to talk. So like, I know I can talk, man. Especially in those situations, as new as it was for me as well, especially. But like, I've been around boxing. I like boxing. I watch a lot of it. So like, I'm used to it. I feel like I understand what to say and what to do and just be truthful, honestly. Like when you're in situations that make you nervous or anything like that, just speak the truth and everything will be calm, innit?
They tried to intimidate you, it felt. As a neutral looking in, it felt like you was a bit outnumbered at the press, I think it was a press conference or the way in.
Definitely. Both.
It looked like you was a bit outnumbered.
Both.
There was hype men around you saying that you're not ready and and you're going to get cooked. And mate, I was nervous watching it. It
was a very. I loved it, honestly. Like looking back on it, it's one of my favorite things I've ever done in my life. Like having people talk to me and like talk shit to me, and like in the gloves off kind of first one where everyone was outside of the ring, you can't really see anyone. There's no one up on camera, and it's me and him on the table with girls in the middle. There were people mentioning stuff, and again, as I say, just speak the truth. Like I felt like what they were saying wasn't stuff that you'd hear from fighters. Or stuff that people that have been involved or like are at this level, I suppose, like in terms of skill or whatever, or even had negotiations before or whatever. And it just felt like I just need to call them out a little bit or knowing what they are like. I'm not going to say too much, but like I feel like there was tactic in what I was doing. There was controlled chaos.
In
the whole situation.
So would you give us a little bit more then? Did you just say like to yourself, like, don't switch here? Stay cool. Let them go.
I'm not gonna switch. I'm just gonna like. I think in life, if someone is being a bit illogical or a bit silly, all you have to do is ask them why. Like ask them a question. And I don't think people will have answers most of the time. Some people just do things because they've seen it somewhere or they think they should say it or whatever. The moment you just go, why'd you do that? What do you do this? I just feel like people crumble in it. So like, yeah, just stop him in the tracks a little bit, innit?
Yeah.
It's the calculator, man. I like that. Maybe I keep that name, you know. The government give me the name, you know.
Calculator is always
Key in the
working
calculator,
shit
man. What?
out.
I'm like, that's fun, you know.
Maybe you should keep that name. That's quite good.
Yeah, I might.
Key
We'll
in the
see.
calculator. Love that. But yeah, no, I was really impressed because I thought, I think many guys would crumble, and I'm a big believer in psychological warfare
100%.
before fights. Fights can get won in the build up. Like we've seen evidence of it at the
100%.
highest level where people have just shat themselves on
Yeah.
the night and just not thrown punches because they've done all that training and then they get there and they freeze.
Yeah.
And don't throw punches.
If I'm honest, I think that's what happened for me in this one. I think like not to discredit or to say things that might not even be true, but I felt like throughout the thing, so we had the gloves off, we had the presser and then the weigh-in in terms of like interactions between me and Kwame. And I feel like it was really interesting because when I'm in it and I'm not really reflecting on it. I'm calculating it, but I'm not reflecting on it. And like people would like noticing that I think he had a little bit more of a concern by the weigh-in. Like he was doing things, body language. I work in the arts. Man's an actor. I'm good at reading people. Like I know, I know. I was like,
so what did you see? What did you see?
I just like. I'm saying this as like looking back because we talked. I respect him so much, but I did find it funny a little bit. Where I did my weigh-in, I got on the scale. And there was a whole complication with weighing and all this, but I got on the scale, had my top off and everything, doing my thing. And I'm shirtless in front of a bunch of people for the first time in my life, really, at a weigh-in. And so obviously I'm nervous about a lot of stuff, but I can just get through it on the truth. And I like once I finish my weigh-in, I like give a growl and a clap. I start clapping. And the only other person that starts clapping is Kwame. And then he stops clapping because he realizes no one else is clapping. And I feel like, there's a moment on camera where you can see it. The clip will be somewhere, but it just looked a bit like, oh shit.
What did you read into that?
Like, it feels like, again, I don't know. Man could say a completely different thing, and like, this is not even to be disrespectful, but like, it seems like your nervous energy has taken over. You can't even control when you clap or don't clap, or when you approve of something or don't approve of something, or like if you're about to go to war tomorrow and like you're doing involuntary acts, it's not really going to be a good sign, is it?
Yeah.
Like you're going to be throwing. How are you going to throw punches? How are you going to react when a punch comes at you? Are you going to be a bit more? And that was very much in the fight. I think I say it all the time. I swear it's my catchphrase now. People fight like they talk, and you said it kind of at the start of this. Like I could tell how he was going to fight, and like. Fighting him, I think he was a very good version of himself based on the fight itself. Don't know how he trained, don't know how whatever, but he's a good version of himself because he felt it felt like it felt like almost, and this sounds rude or anything, but it's not. I don't think it is. It felt like fighting a cornered animal. It felt like fighting someone on the last was like they're just at you like instinct, which is why I don't think he wanted to engage really or like that, or maybe game plan or whatever. But yeah, it was it took me a little bit longer to get to where I wanted to be in that fight, which is why I'm not as happy, but I'm happy with the result, obviously. But yeah.
The build up was fantastic. And what was your game plan going into that fight? Can you reveal your game plan?
Yeah,
you're probably
I'm not too fussed
again, are you? So
I'm not fussed. I think anyone who I'm not worried to say game plans in some ways like that before, but after a fight, of course, because I think anyone that knows boxing should be able to figure out what your game plan should be. We all hear it. Oh, Usyk should do this against Fury, and Fury should do that against Usyk. We know what the game plans are, really, if you know boxing. And I think it was for me, I just wanted to, especially because it was something new for me going into a 50-50. I've never been in a 50-50 before in my life like that.
Yeah.
So like, I wanted to test him for the first three and try to beat him at his own game. Whatever he gave me, just beat him at his own game. Yeah. And then for the last three, just fucking go for him.
Yeah. But do you think the fight was easier than you anticipated?
I anticipated a lot of different stuff, so I'm not sure if I could say that. It wasn't. No, I think it was what it was because it was an outcome that I thought might happen.
Yeah.
So I did anticipate it being like that. I think it was actually if I'm gonna say harder or easier, I think it was harder than I thought because I thought by 3, like by round 4,
Yeah.
there might be a more opportunity to do what I'm doing. But because of that like cornered situation, and like he needed to win that, he really wanted to win that. I know he wanted to win
Oh,
that.
I think you.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like I think because of that, it took a little bit further than I thought.
You made it look
And then
easier.
after,
You made
yeah.
it look easier than a 50-50 fight, though, I must say. It was a real chess match in there, and that's why I called you the calculator. That's why I call you the calculator, because I was ringside, my man, and I just saw
Mm,
you working shit out the whole way through. Loads of feints, loads of like composure. It was a chess match. I think that's the best way to explain that. It was a really like tactical battle. There was a
yeah.
lot going. There was a lot going on. You know, there was a lot going on in there to the naked eye. You know, a lot of
Mm,
thinking, a lot of counter punching, a lot
yeah.
of setting up traps and feints, and it was beautiful for the purists to watch. Probably not a fight that people are going to go, oh my god, I've got to watch that again and again.
Yeah.
But like honestly, it's not
Yeah.
going to win fight of the
Well,
year.
yeah.
It won't. But
Yeah.
it was masterful. It was
I mean, you
masterful.
say that as well. That's why I wasn't too like about it. I wasn't amazed by it in that sense. But to be honest, now I've done that, I know what it is like. I'm
Yeah.
coming with my real shit. I'm coming with my real style, my real weird stuff. My I'm a strange fighter. I'm a strange boy. This is why when I started out boxing, when I was like 18 odd years old or whatever, I did not like the amateur boxing scene because I was doing some weird stuff. My head was near the floor, whatever. My arms are coming from God knows where. I was dropping my hands.
Yeah.
And that is now I've learned what I'm doing. I know how to box and
Yeah.
how to fight, but I still love doing what I was,
Yeah.
what my instinct is,
We've
and I'm
got a
bringing that next
cracking
time.
comment here from Life Won't Beat Me. He's good cruiserweight fighter. He's saying whoever stays composed 80% of the time will win. And do you know
Yes,
what? When
sir.
I found out you had only had 3 fights, I literally couldn't believe it because it almost takes 5 fights to get to know, like, get used to knowing what you're doing in there when you're boxing.
Yeah.
You know, like everyone. Let's face it. Everyone starts off not breathing properly, throwing every punch 100. You know, don't need. You know, no one touches in and takes their time. That's
Exactly.
just the traits of a beginner.
Exactly.
And the fact that you're 3-0,
Yeah,
and
3
you're
0 now. That's the third one
you're
if I
boxing
count.
like a guy that's had 15
Yeah,
fights,
yeah,
which is
yeah,
phenomenal.
yeah, yeah.
And that's one of the reasons that like I was like, right, I have to sponsor this guy. I have to get this guy involved in my promotional company, and I need to get some logos like this on him.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
He's fighting like a 20
Mate,
fight. You're fighting like a
I'll be
20
fighting
fight
like a
veteran.
30 fight next fight as well, man. I learned so much from that last one. Honestly, a
Unbelievable.
lot. A lot.
Yeah, unbelievable. I
A
like.
lot.
You know, I just don't know how you've got that composure and that experience so quickly. How have you done that? Are you just doing loads of rounds in the gym?
I think, in a weird way, I think boxing maturity is probably one of the best skills for a boxer.
Mm.
Like, I think you can be all, your hands can be whatever, doing whatever. You might know how to do this move and that move, but I think just there was a certain point where maybe like 2-3 years ago, I got back into boxing, and when I started, I had a couple white collars, and then came into the semi-pro thing. Like, and then I was able to just train on my own and actually reflect on how I was training. So I feel like, are you training effectively? Is something I say to myself a lot, and I do clips sometimes, and I do coaching one-to-one stuff and whatever. And all the time, I'm like, I think I coach. I'm a coach, you know. I feel like I'm a better coach than I'm a fighter, and I coach myself in that way. And I think my one session is someone's 10 sessions.
Mm.
My one time on the bag is someone's 10 times on the bag, because of the way you like focus on what you're doing, and like don't just mindlessly do this thing or that thing. Or when I'm in a round, sometimes I'm reflecting in a round. I've done sparring where I'm fighting these guys that are like top elite people, and like, or zero, no, haven't lost their O pros and this, that, and whatever, and they're beating me up, and like I have to figure out how to use my shit body, untrained body, or whatever, and like I'm trying to learn in the ring rather than just getting battered and going home. Like, what's the point? Like, you know what I mean? This is live training right now. I'm getting some good stuff out of this. Like, okay, my hand was not in the right. I'm discombobulated right now, but where is he? What did he just do? Okay, and then while he's walked away from me, I've gone and done the motion of what I should have done in the round, and then gone back into it and gone, when that happens next time, I might have that.
Yeah.
He probably hits me again, but like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's awareness and being aware and not being afraid to fail or look a bit stupid with things. I'm a big believer. You have to be odd to be number one. Is a lovely phrase.
So that's, mate, that's yeah, I mean, it's unbelievable, because also, you know, what you talk about, like, you know, when we talk about composure and composure, mainly sticking on composure. A lot of people say boxing's a young man's game, but like the older fighters in the top level fight, they tend to have all the titles and be in the pound for pound list, like your Lomachenkos, your Crawfords, your Usyks, your Furies, your Eric Spence Juniors. They're all like deep in their 30s, you know.
They're getting there, yeah.
And it seems actually, you know, you tend to have, you know, Wilder. All these guys are they're late bloomers, and experience is absolutely key. And you're going to be frightening when you've got some experience behind. When you've got if you're behaving like that after 3 fights, I don't want to see how you're behaving if you double that or triple that. I mean, Jesus, incredible. Let's talk about this 4-man tournament that you're involved in. So you're out on June the 15th on Fight Zumi, and you're involved in a 4-man tournament. Now, there's let's explain it for the people that don't know. There's 2 other fighters in that tournament, and you're fighting a mystery opponent, and then you meet in the final. So is it it's 2 fights in one night, right?
Yes.
3 rounds per fight.
3 rounds per fight.
What do you know about the 2 other brothers that are fighting in the other semi-final, and who do you think is going to win that fight?
I can't. I don't know.
What's their name?
Kyle and Samara. Kyle and Samara, the other 2. And it kind of came about a little bit from like the sparring trials that Fight Zumi do and stuff like that. Kyle, I would describe as a very hungry guy. Like he wants something. I think that's the kind of guy you actually have to worry about. So like, I think he might win that. But
so you're leaning towards Kyle.
I'm leaning towards Kyle. I think like when I first met him, he was at the trials, and like there wasn't too many people or whatever, and like he came up to me and talked to me and like was asking. He asked about, oh, like you fought on the last one. Oh, you got. I can't remember exactly the conversation. Oh, you had the belt in it, and he started going, oh, what'd you weigh? And I was like, oh wait, you're sizing me up.
Yeah, you know those ones.
Oh yeah, yeah, he wants the belt. Okay, cool. And I like carried on the conversation in it, but I clocked. But I think that mentality is the same mentality that I had for Kwame. It was like, I'm coming for that. And like you can't underestimate that. So if anything, I hope he wins that. But Samara is technical, wiry. He's taken out a lot of people, like nicked them kind of wins in that way or whatever. And like he's a rangy, awkward, like you can't prepare for that kind of person, really. Man's got his hands on his hips or whatever and throwing this and that and like just literally looking like he's not fighting and then throwing a couple combinations at you. So like it could be anything really. That's it. I can't really say, but I like people that want to fight, that are serious about it. So I would love to catch him in the final.
Sorry, who would you like to take in the final? Did you say
Kyle?
You like
Kyle, but I mean, I would love to fight Samara as well. I think he thinks he can beat me up. So I just I love it. I'm happy either way, man. I don't give a fuck.
You're a wanted man. Do you know what I mean?
I love it.
You're a wanted man. People want you more than they wanted Paulo Escobar. Like literally, there's people that are hunting you. Man, are hunting you down. You know what I mean? You're a hunted man. You know.
Hey, it's all fair and love and war, man. They can hunt, and I'll run from them. They won't catch me.
Well,
they won't catch me.
That's what happens when you start winning fights in the fashion that you do. You become, a target, and every man wants you now. You've got a big belt in the game. You're still fresh in the game, and you're a wanted brother. So you think you'll take either man in the final, of course. So you're leaning towards a Carl victory. How does he win?
I think maybe pressure, but it depends on if he's trying to conserve himself. Maybe he's wise. Maybe there's something like that. But I think he just scores more. I think he probably scores more. He's hungry. He wants it.
More output,
I don't think he wants
more
to lose.
output and
Yeah,
more output and wins it.
hey, I really don't know. I've only seen him do a bit. I don't know if he'll be like rushing at him or anything like that. But I just think he's a little bit of a better boxer from what I've seen anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe there's more to come from tomorrow. Never know. But hey, it don't make a difference, man. I see a comment there. My capo, any man, two in a day. It don't matter.
Any man.
Free, man. Fuck it. I don't care.
Any man twice on a Sunday. Really.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyone else got twice on a Sunday? Anyone got any questions for my guy? Fire them in. And if you're not following Keaton, make sure you are. This guy is an absolute warrior. So yeah, just leads me lastly onto your game plan then. So if you're, I've never fought in a tournament, and not many fighters have. Do you kind of put a game plan around the evening? So are you actually almost thinking, look, if I can get the first guy out of there quickly, so I can go and put my feet up, or do you think you're gonna have to fight like conservatively?
I think
and watch for cuts, and that's what I mean.
Yeah,
are you gonna have to sort of change how you're doing things, or
I think you do. I think you do, but weirdly, it's more about the preparation for the fight. Like you can't just have that one warm up and that one psyche. You got to know that you're mentally going in again later. I think will be the key for me. Really, I think that the fights aren't. I hate to say it. I hate bragging. I'm at a different level in terms of boxing, so I don't think 3 rounds is enough for me to worry that I have to fight differently. I don't even think that's giving it away. I think they know that I'm a danger no matter what. 1 fight or 2 fights or 3 fights or 4. I don't care.
You think you could just go full throttle for both fights?
I could. We'll see. I don't know, but I think it also depends on the fighter, mystery fighter. So I have to judge it. I think I'm very good at that kind of thing. I'm good at figuring people out. I download very fast. They ain't really got a chance. It doesn't make a difference.
Does that make you a little bit nervous fighting someone who you don't know who's going to be coming in?
Nope. I mean, if it was someone like some crazy high level or something, like you bring in some expert or whatever, and I'm like, okay, cool. Then I'll deal with it, innit? I think I have good enough attributes that anyone that gets in there and the Fight Zumi thinks is a good fight, I'm gonna deal with it. It doesn't make it I don't care. If I don't care who it would even if someone who gets in the ring who's on paper better than me, I'm still gonna fight. It don't matter. I'll figure it out in round 1 that they're better than me and dog the shit out of it. I'm gonna. So
you just got to prepare. You got to just prepare for all styles, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for that comment. That's Mario Robert Lopez Villas. Hey man, I see your videos are fantastic. I hope that's for both of us.
No, he's talking to you, man.
That must be for both of us.
We'll just say we'll share it.
Yeah, we'll just say it is. Yeah, we're both doing good shit. Thank you very much, so whoever said that, great support. Anyway, so listen, are you? I was just going to say, so are you actually just sparring all sorts of shapes and styles because you don't know who that mystery dude is? So are you like southpaws, orthodox, little man, lanky tings, long tings, wide tings?
I mean,
big
I'm
tings.
I'm always. I friend the gals in there, friend old men, friend everything, man. You never know what's coming. A mystery person. I mean, look, I think I always do. Even in the Kwame fight, we had southpaws in there. I think it's just because you have an opponent doesn't mean you shouldn't stop growing. Maybe if it's if it's a 50-50 again, and I know I need to take it in a certain way or whatever, but I think sparring everyone in general is good. I went up in weight for the last one, so I'm fighting big people all the time in general. People have seen the me fighting the more heavyweight for the 1 round and whatever. Obviously, we're taking it. He hit me. He was trying to hit me. For anyone wondering, he was trying to hit me, and he did hit me. And I'm just a bit of a tank.
You are an absolute tank. Honestly, I love your style, man. It's just slick. I love the way you conduct yourself like a true professional. As I said, I cannot believe you've only at your 3-0. I just can't believe it. I thought you was lying.
It depends how you want to slice
When
it, man.
when you
What?
typed to me, you're 3-0. I thought, is he missed another
Yeah.
three? Has he missed
If you
another
want it,
three on the front?
technically,
Has he
let's
not
say,
got 33
one. Let's say 1-0, man. I don't know, man. I don't. Does it matter?
Yeah, it's
Does it?
unbelievable. You know, you got such an exciting future. Listen, I'm going to wrap it up, but what I wanted to do is just ask you a couple of quick fire questions, and then I just
Yeah.
wanted you to give us a message for the guys that are in the tournament and the supporters. Couple of quick fire questions, a little bit of fun before we bounce. Okay, you just got to have one answer. You're not allowed to give me a once upon a time Jack and
Okay.
Jill went up the hill type answer. I just need bam, one question,
Yeah.
one word answers. Tyson Fury or Usyk?
Ah, Usyk.
Chris Eubank Jr. or Conor Ben?
Like or win fight?
Whatever you want.
Oh, fuck. Eubank.
Saudi money or world title?
Saudi money, man. It's close. It's close. We in this for a good time, not a long time, baby.
Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson?
Mike Tyson.
Las Vegas or Madison Square Garden?
Vegas. Yeah.
First round knockout or 12-round masterclass?
12-round masterclass.
Beautiful. Head movement or footwork?
Footwork.
Oh, no.
Footwork makes head work.
Perfect. More money or more time?
Ooh. More money.
Yeah, boy. That's
Makes more
brilliant. I
time.
love. Yeah, but think about it. You got a load of money. You can have a shitload of good time.
That is the time, yeah. Like, why would I need more time if I've got the money? Like, I want more time for more, or just legacy. You know what I mean? If I was that guy.
Yeah, that's absolutely brilliant. So let's have a message for the guys in the tournament then. So, what do you want to say to these? What do you want to say to the mystery mans and those two other brothers that are going to be facing our team now? I should say the Gunman Super Team. What are you going to say to those boys?
Prepare. Come at your best. Come at your worst. I don't care. It doesn't matter. You're getting banged up. I think I'm stopping all of you. Every single one. I think I'm stopping everyone. Good luck. I hope you don't get too hurt.
Yeah. That's the spirit. This is exactly why I want to work with this guy.
I'm too nice. But in there, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, man. Like,
yeah, no,
I'm too nice in my day to day to not have a release somewhere, man.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're an absolute savage. You're a superb fighter. Fantastic gentleman outside of the ring as well. So yeah, listen. Good luck with your training camp. I'm hoping to be at that fight. I'm kind of torn at the minute because there's also the
a lot on.
Because you don't react poor and Billy Smith was the same night.
Tank Davis is on the same night as well. So I'm like, oh my god, I got to compete, man. I mean, I'm clearly the best fighter on that night.
No. But listen, if I don't, listen, I'm going to be somewhere. Either way, I'll be in front of some boxing. I don't know if I can manage two of them.
You'll figure it out. If anyone will figure it out, it's you.
Yeah. There's a lot. Is Tank Davis the same night as well? Is he?
Something like that, man. I saw a lot, man. I was like, I got to figure this out.
You'll be able to watch it in between rounds. Man.
I got to record a stream or watch between or something, man. Because I need to see something. I don't want to get spoiled, man. I'm good at dodging spoilers, but
that's absolutely brilliant. Listen, thank you so much for your time, Mr. KSB. You are the absolute man. As I said, thanks a lot for coming on and sharing your journey with us. We've got some exciting plans. I'm going to hopefully be coming to do some video work with you and speaking with you about, you know, working with you more in the future. But yeah, the fight fans are in for an absolute treat that we're partnering now. It's going to be good, nothing but good times ahead, and it's a pleasure to sponsor you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Have a good evening.
Bless you too, my friend.
Take it easy, champ.
Right.